Get through the morning every day. Every morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adelaide's Jodie and Hayesy on Nova.
Friends, thanks for jumping on board the podcast. Sometimes in any given situation, actually, you just look at a thing and you go, what the actual fork?
It's those little things that your eyes roll into the back of your head and you think, what is that person doing? Where are they going with this?
In particular, I mean, the plane and airport behaviour edition, because we all change, I reckon, when we go on holidays. You turn into probably a more ignorant, laid-back version of yourself.
Absolutely, where everything is acceptable. You know, get to the airport, 9 o'clock, what do you do?
Yeah, well, you have a beer, and then you get your plane ticket, and you put them together, and you take a picture, and you post it to social media.
Yeah.
And you say something like, Bali, watch out, we're coming for you.
Bintangs. Woo! Enjoy the podcast.
What the fork?
What the fork?
What the fork was happening?
What the fork? This is the segment born out of the fact that no one can ever find any forks in any corporate kitchen in South Australia across the board. And so then we thought, you know what, let's ask What the Fork about anything at all that we like. And today's edition is brought to you by planes, trains and automobiles.
Yeah.
Not really. Just planes and airports.
Yeah, unsponsored, but so much happening, particularly at airports.
There's a bit going on in one particular airline, wasn't there, Hayesy?
Yeah, there was. So I mean, what really sort of grinds my gears and makes me go, what the fork? Because when you're in a 3 hours into a 9-hour flight coming to or from Atlanta, and then you've got to turn around because someone has left what was described as a biohazardous diarrhea in the toilet, which was seeping out.
My God.
And into the plane.
No.
Yeah, that is a true story. I read that on Instagram, and I loved as well that the first comment, which has got the most likes, is from a bloke called It's Venky. He said, bro did the Droppenheimer.
My What the Fork for the plane edition is my brother-in-law travels a lot for his work and therefore accumulates lots of points and then gets upgraded to first class or business class. And he said the amount of times that he's seen influencers get on a plane and stop in either first class or business class, sit down and pose for a selfie to post on the gram and then have to get up and ungraciously walk into economy after they've taken said selfie.
Dead set. You know what they're doing? They scurry off.
They scurry.
Like a little parasite.
Oh, dear. That was so aggressive.
Got my photo. Now I'm going to go back and live reality.
Yeah. It's
good.
Embarrassing if you're doing that, isn't it?
Absolutely it is.
Let's go to Abby in the newsroom. What the Fork, the plane edition, go for it.
Well, as you know, I went to Bali a few weeks ago.
Oh, it's barely been mentioned.
Shut up about it.
What if you want to sponsor me again, I'll go. So anyway, I was on the plane. Obviously, we're at the back of the plane and the flight attendants are trying to get through. The plane is small, blah, blah, blah. And you've got a netball team that's on there that's all split up and you've got like 8 people waiting for the toilet in the aisle. And this woman kept walking back and standing, speaking to her friends in front of us.
Yeah.
So you got the flight attendant trying to get through. You got people lining up for the bathroom and going, and instead of going, there's 8 people, I'll sit down and wait.
Yeah.
You know, for it to clear.
Yeah.
So, and she just wouldn't, she kept standing there. And I wanted to be like, just go and sit down. Like, we just took off. You don't need to speak to your friend. Go and sit down and wait for it to clear and then come back and talk.
So true, mate.
Yeah.
Also, when you taxi in and you're sitting there and the light goes off so you can stand up and get your stuff, and then people stand up and wait.
Instantly.
Well, what's to be gained?
I get if you're stretching your legs, but if you're above sort of 6 foot as well, you're standing up and all of a sudden you've got to awkwardly go to the side. So it's like chronically bad for your neck. So you're like, well, sure, I'm stretching out my hamstring, which is fun, but now I've got a chronic neck issue. It's not worth it. But now I can't sit back down because I've committed to this. I don't want to look like an idiot.
Yeah, exactly. Now, camera guy Josh, a.k.a. Coach Beard from Ted Lasso. Excuse me very much. What is your story about being on a plane with your dad?
Okay, so for context, my dad used to work for an airline, so we got seats up the front.
The pointy end.
Yes.
Okay.
And on a flight to New York, we had a few drinks.
This smacks of rich kid, doesn't it?
Doesn't it? Yeah. So my father and I were on the plane.
Yeah.
So we were very well hydrated. And then Dad was kind of standing next to my seat and talking to me, and then we hit turbulence.
Yeah.
And the air hostesses kept saying, "Sir, can you sit down? Sir, can you sit down?" And he's like, no, I've got to finish what I'm saying, blah, blah, blah.
He's like, how very dirty. He sips on his Pims.
Anyway, so eventually he sits down, he goes to sleep, and then we're on descent, and I wake up and I hear, Joshy. And I look at the seat behind me, and they've restrained him with 3 sets of seatbelts while he's been unconscious.
Oh my
good.
God. So
It
he's
happens.
got drunk, passed out, and then they've just gone, just wrap him up, would you?
Yeah.
Oh,
A couple
yeah.
of seatbelts.
Even worse was that you drew a couple of fake eyebrows on him as well. A little appendage on his forehead, which is just inappropriate.
Unnecessary. He'd been through enough.
My bad.
13 24 10. What the fork? The plane/airport edition.
Well, Hayesy, you could go to the gym or do the shopping or go to work.
But what if you went in a beachier direction?
You're only a what if away from a holiday with the What If app.
Book accommodation, flights, packages, and more.
What if it's Aussie for travel?
Let's go to Emma.
Hello, how are you?
Hello, we're good. What the fork have you seen at the airport?
Well, my partner and I were travelling in Europe, and we were in a massive line, like where you put your bags through for security.
Yeah.
Probably like a good hour, I reckon. It was such a long line over Christmas.
Yeah.
This man just came up, pushed past the whole line, went straight to the front. We were all thinking, must be really late for his flight. Ended up being that he was on the same plane as us, and we were there like 3 hours early, so he had nowhere to be. He was just having a coffee by the gate, just didn't want to wait in line.
Jeez, you've just got to be built different to have the nerve to do that. Did anyone confront him, Emma?
No, not everyone let him go because everyone sort of gave each other looks, but no one said anything. It's like, oh, all right, he must be really late. Not very polite, but he must be late. Like, give him the benefit of the doubt.
Thank you, Emma.
And then he was just having a coffee.
Oh my God. It's like that line at the Adelaide airport, right? So when there's a big line up and there's a sort of business class VIP line, whatever, I witnessed 3 blokes who've obviously just had the conversation beforehand and just gone, let's have a crack at it.
Yeah.
But there was a guy on security standing there and he's just laughed in their faces and gone, wouldn't have thought so, boys. Off you go.
And that's the treatment that you would hope they get every single time.
Good morning, Dwayne.
Yeah, good morning. How are you?
Good. What the fork, the plane edition, what happened?
Family trip from Bali on the day of fly out. My son and daughter running crazy around the resort. Get to the airport. The son's not feeling the best, so we told him to sit down, relax.
Yep.
And then as we've jumped in the plane, he started to feel unwell, so the partner and I have both given him a sick bag in case he needs it.
Yeah.
Doesn't need it. On the ascent, decides to vomit. Cow chuck all over me.
Yep.
Hit the seat in front of us, go back over our heads, through the seat in front of us, over everyone. And then the next news, apparently he's got a change of clothes and I don't. So, once the plane levelled off, he's managed to go get changed. I've had to sit there in my Jocks, and the Jetstar staff have given me a towel to put over my lap.
Oh, no. Wait.
Tea towel.
Oh, no.
But then when we left the plane, apparently they needed their tea towel back, so I had to walk through customs in my Jocks on a 6 a.m. flight and then wait at baggage.
Oh, my gosh. What an experience. That's the sort of stuff that'll make you never want to travel again, mate.
Oh, I haven't flown with him since.
Oh, Dwayne, who would have thought that Jetstar would have a modesty towel? It's me.
Big towel.
Oh, well done. Thank you. Keegan, what the fork have you seen on a plane?
Well, for me, it was the airport. We were travelling back from Fiji. It was July, and it was quite a well-known company.
Yeah.
And a couple of flights were getting cancelled on that day, and the flight before us got cancelled, and I was quite shocked when the company asked over the intercom if they could have passengers on that plane who were willing and able to go down and help them unload their plane that had just been cancelled.
You can't do that.
Yeah, we were quite shocked.
Did anyone help out?
I'm not sure. They called about 3 to 4 times. I mean, they did go from 4 people down to 2 people, so I'm guessing they had someone help them.
So, essentially, they were calling for baggage handlers, is that right?
Yeah, just passengers who were able to help them unload the plane.
That's unbelievable. Wow.
Who made the call? Was it Alan Joyce?
Yeah. You know what's funny about that? I was just about to say, well done, Alan Joyce. Oh, God. We
good
think
stuff.
far too alike.
All right, we need to give away their shoes as well. How do you like?
I feel for Dwayne.
Yeah.
I genuinely feel for him.
Dwayne.
Can you imagine having to walk through customs in your Jocks when you've just got back from Bali and everyone would be like, good trip, mate. Enjoy yourself.
Hey, Dwayne, at least if you had a nice pair of Asics gel running shoes, you could somehow run away from the situation. They're all yours, mate.
Beautiful. Thanks, guys.
Well done, Dwayne. Dwayne has been scarred.
It sounds like there's still some pain.
Yeah,
Dwayne.
really does.
Good edition of What the Fork. So, Jodes, I was listening to my favourite podcast the other day, and that is the A Bit On podcast.
Yeah.
3 Nova girls.
Yeah.
So you've got Georgia, you've got Jem, and our very own producer, Zoe, who joins us. G'day, Zoe.
Good morning.
Yes.
Morning.
I'll tell you what, and this particular listener as well, a very, very interesting subject came up along the lines of what happens in terms of conversation with blokes at urinals.
That's right.
Yeah, so it's just take us through this quickly.
We're baffled. How does it happen? What do they say? Do they say anything? Is there eye contact? Is there not? Blah, blah, blah. And it came from when you're walking into the ladies' room as a chick. If you're having a conversation and then you both sit down, do you continue the conversation or do you put it on hold?
No.
And then we said, what do the boys do? And we're all baffled. We've got no idea what they do.
You wait till you have your little wee and then you resume your conversation.
Yes,
If you're
unless
a
it's a close friend.
Every single time for ladies?
Oh, no. Not if you're sort of out and about. Like it's a whole different ball game if you're out and about and you've had a couple and you're
absolutely.
in the toilet with other women. Then they're your best friends.
Yeah.
Then that's the deepest conversation you've ever had.
You will ever have in your life.
Yeah, right.
With a random stranger.
Okay.
You walk in, never met you in my life. You walk out holding hands going, I love you.
There you go. Let's take this further.
Love you. Oh, hang on.
Are you guys chatters?
I with my friends, but
just with your friends.
Not with anyone else. No, I'll put it on hold. It's almost like the moment where it just stops. Everyone agrees. We're just doing our business.
Yeah.
And then we continue as we're washing our hands.
As you were.
Okay. I like to have a chat. Love a chat.
What?
And there's always a moment where you come into a men's toilet and you've got to make the decision. There'll be someone standing at the urinal. Do you join them or do you keep on going past and you go to the toilet because you're not too sure about having that chat? I like an icebreaker too.
Do you?
Just to walk in and stand to the bloke next to me and say, well, okay, I guess it's a big boys convention, is it? Sorry, I'm late. Daily that happens at Channel 7.
You do not say that.
Yes, daily. And I'll always get a bit of a chuckle and then you pick it up from there.
Yeah, right.
It's good.
Would you do that to a stranger though?
Oh,
Just say you're at the Adelaide Oval at the footy.
Okay, so if I'm at Adelaide Oval at the footy and let's say it's half time and let's say Port's playing.
Yeah.
And you go in there and it's like 10 blokes line up. All you have to do is just go, sort of look around and go, how good's Zach Butters? Everyone just absolutely joins in. And then just like you said, you're all mates.
Yeah,
you
right.
walk out holding hands after you've washed your hands, of course.
Yes, of course.
And go join the party.
Are there any blokes who, after they've done their business, don't wash their hands?
Yes.
No.
Yes, there absolutely
Don't
is.
tell us that.
Absolutely, there's blokes. I'm sure there's girls in the same situation.
Oh, not many.
Yeah. Do you know I don't trust
But
those?
also, we're not, touching our actual bits when we go to the toilet. You know what I mean?
I hope not.
No.
Yeah. I really hope not. Just sit down and do what you need to do. I tell you what I don't trust though. So you can feel it as well when you're at the urinal and you feel someone come in and you know they need to make a decision.
Right.
And I'm not sure I trust the blokes who will walk past the urinal to go to the toilet to do a number one. Because then you can hear what's happening. It's like, well, what's what? You don't want to talk to me?
I know.
You're scared of me? Do you think we're about to have some bad chat?
Yeah, that was my next question to you. Is it really obvious if you're having a wee and then they walk past you and go into a cubicle?
Yeah.
Are you like, what's your problem, mate?
Exactly right.
Yeah.
So don't trust those blokes. But what I will say is, do you know who I trust even less?
Who?
The blokes who walk past a toilet to get to a urinal to do a number two. I'm not chatting with you, mate.
Yeah.
Unless you want to talk about Zach Butters.
Yeah.
It's a special day on the calendar for me, Jodes. It's my 5-year anniversary. That's nice, isn't it? 5-year anniversary. It's been 5 years since a cow crapped on my head. Oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness.
So there's this thing at the Royal Adelaide show called the Milk Off. And they get a bunch of people from the media in and you milk a bunch of cows and you got to see, how much milk you can get in a certain amount of time. There's a lot of cheating that goes on and look, it's all a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually they'll be like Channel 10 team, maybe Channel 17, there might be a Nova team and we all just get together and have a bit of fun. Wholesome fun.
I love how you omitted all the other radio stations in that.
Yeah, I think it's just Nova, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just Nova.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Cows love Nova.
Yeah.
They're our
so-
demographic.
Absolutely. We've always said that right from day dot. Let's take you back to 2018 when, and I grew up on the farm and I claim that a lot too.
You do?
But not a dairy farm.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yes. So I can name her now. but it's Casey Trelaw from Channel 7.
Yes.
Who's one of the absolute best journalists that we've got in there.
Mm-hmm.
So before that, she grew up on a dairy farm, and it was her cow who we were milking.
Oh, right.
On the particular day.
Yeah.
And I 100% said this to Casey. I'm lining up, and I was about to go in from behind. And I said to her, "Are you sure I can do this from behind?" And I promise you, she said, "Yeah, no, it's completely fine. She's fine." Thinking, I don't want to get kicked in the face. So I start milking along, and then all of a sudden, and it is, I can't describe how graphic this is because it was much, much worse than the words going to come out of my mouth. It was like a warm ooze that went down the back of my neck. This particular cow needed some Metamucil because what was coming out wasn't clumpy at all, and it absolutely streamed down my neck and then streamed down my back. And everyone had a bit of a laugh, and I was like, I think the cow just went to the toilet on me.
Yeah.
But inside I was like kicking, screaming, throwing fists.
Yeah.
Absolutely going off my chops.
So I was there that day as part of the Channel 10 team, and I just remember vividly this big ruckus, everyone going, roar, like this massive uproar. And I turned around and I've looked like someone just goes, a cow just on Hayesy.
Everyone's like, yay! Well done, cow. Well done, cow.
It's like the best looking bloke in media has just been taken out by a cow.
And later that day, like literally an hour later, I had to go do an interview with Mitch Grigg.
Yep.
Because he just won the McGarry medal.
Oh, yeah.
And trying to explain to him why I smelt like genuine poo. But it was all good, though. What made me feel a lot better was just the support they got in at Channel 7 when they ran it on the news.
Oh, you get the same support here. If you'd like to see that video, jump on the Jodie and Hayesy Instagram page, and that's where you'll find it.
We call it support. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
The biggest breaking story this town has ever seen. This is huge. I just got valuable info. This is so juicy. Jodies Juice.
I'll ask you this question first up. How do you feel about PDAs? Next.
I feel like I can speak on behalf of probably most men. It's not really our comfortable space.
Yeah, okay.
To be snogging off in public.
Snogging off.
Yes. That's a kiss, right?
Yes.
Jesus
Well,
Christ.
Kylie Jenner and
Confused there.
Timothy Chalamet are very comfortable with snogging off because they were at Beyonce's concert this week and they had no shame and they packed on the PDA in front of Kylie's sisters, Kendall and Kim Kardashian, as well as Hailey and Justin Bieber. But you had some intel about this video, didn't you?
Some intel. More like an opinion. Sometimes it gets mixed around. It feels like Timothy in particular, whenever he kisses her, he's looking around for the cameras and he's looking at people to see if they're looking at them.
Right.
You just wonder if he's doing it for attention.
Right, okay.
And you know the entire world is watching.
Yeah. Timothy Chalamet. I mean, what's he even been in, for goodness sake? Anyone know?
More like Timothy Chalamet. Am I right? Oh, my God.
Oh, that was good from you.
Oh, my gosh. Give myself a little ding there.
Yeah, dear. All right, let's move on then.
Juicy Juice.
Selena Gomez has opened up about her new song, Single Soon, which I have to admit I was listening to on the way into Nova this morning, and I thought, what's this all about? What's this palaver all about? And in a refreshingly honest chat, she spilled the beans on being quite high maintenance when it comes to love. This is what she had to say in an interview.
I think I have standards. And I think I live in a world right now where boys confuse standards with high maintenance. I'm not ashamed to say I actually require X, Y, and Z for you to be with me.
What are X, Y, and Z?
I mean, you gotta be cool, man. Not cool in the sense that people think you're cool. You just gotta be nice and please make me laugh, and also just be good to my family and people around you.
Amen, sister.
How did you get this audio of me? I didn't want it out yet, guys.
And I think as well, if you look at both Abby and Selena Gomez's profile on social media, it has the Marilyn Monroe quote.
Oh, okay.
Can't handle me at my worst, then you don't deserve
me at my best.
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you this, Abs. Sorry to digress from Juice for a moment, but do you have a requirement list for your next great love of your life?
Don't be a D-head. That'll be about it at the moment.
Okay.
That's good. That works, doesn't it?
Right.
All right.
Juicy.
Former Oasis star Noel Gallagher has detailed the meeting that caused him to take an intense dislike to superstar singer Adele.
Come on.
He said a whole heap of things about her, called her an idiot, said she's shizen, all sorts of things.
Leaked audio as well.
If you want some, I'll give it you. Don't do it, mate.
So this is where it all started. He said that the superstar sent an assistant around to visit him and give him the chance to hang out with her. And so that has obviously not sat very well with his ego.
Yeah.
Noel said, and I'm going to have to heavily censor this as I go along, I don't think I've ever gone out of my way to start anything. It's always been a reaction to some bleeping idiot having a go in the first place. When reminded about his remarks about Adele, what he's called her in the past and how she's never badmouthed him, he continued, no, but she sent someone over to bleeping ask, did I want to meet her? That's what rolled me. Oh, okay.
What about the Gallaghers?
I know.
What a beautiful brothership they've got.
I feel like there's not a lot of empathy and forgiveness and compassion in their hearts. Is that fair to say?
No, and look, it's not comfortable, but they're genuine rock stars.
Yeah.
And what happens with some of those genuine English rock stars is that, egos.
Yeah.
Big.
But also, are they still genuine rock stars, or has their moment passed?
Nah, because they're Oasis.
He teed off on
pioneers.
Lewis Capaldi, for goodness sake.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
He
I
does
think
that.
Lewis Capaldi should be protected, but still,
know.
the Gallaghers are as rock star as it gets.
No, I disagree. I think their moment in the sun's gone.
All right. Well, you tell them face to face and see what happens.
I never will. Absolutely not.
Juicy. Juice.
And one more quick one. Formula One fans have labelled Sky Sports' interview with Steve Carell the highlight of the Dutch Grand Prix. He was left stunned after the camera was shoved right in his face. Have a listen.
This is my first Grand Prix. I'm very, very excited. I'm here with my family. Wow, that camera's closed.
What on earth do you make of all of this?
Yes. I've never seen a microphone before, so that's why she had to push it up into my face. It's electric. It's everything you could have anticipated and much, much more.
Can't tell if he's genuinely annoyed there.
Yeah. Definitely need some visuals.
Yeah. Oh, okay. What are you trying to say? I shouldn't have used that audio?
No, Steve Carell, very, very funny.
Okay.
Very consistent too.
Yeah.
You feel like he's got a consistent character in all these sort of little plots, don't you?
Quick one, if you had to choose between the English Office and
don't make me do that.
And the American Office, where would you go?
Well, I don't think you can top David Brown. I don't think you can top the English version, can you?
Cannot
Ricky
top
Gervais.
David Brent. Can you remember that time he released the single? He came into some money and he's like, I'm going to release the single. And he was just wearing all white linen.
It's incredible.
There's smoke around him.
It's an absolute gift. We don't deserve David Brent, do we?
That was amazing.
All right, good stuff.
And that's Jodies Juice.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me you built a time machine?
Hayesy on this Daysey.
Wednesday, time for a real solid, lethal injection of knowledge.
Oh, dear.
Nah, you'll survive this, I promise. You'll be really popular amongst your friends as well when you come armed with these really, really quirky facts. For the 6th of September, 1972, Idris Elba was born in London, England. Today's his 51st birthday.
Oh, very good looking man.
Is he?
Yeah. It's quite delicious.
So I'm not overly familiar with Idris's work.
Aren't you?
But a very good actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How can you say that if you're not familiar with his work, though?
I've been reliably told.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, he is good.
Yeah, okay. Very good. I'll take your word for it. 1989, a computer error resulted in 41,000 Paris citizens receiving letters charging them with murder, extortion and organised prostitution instead of traffic fines.
Oh, wow. That's quite the escalation, isn't it?
What about when you're so flat because you know a traffic fine's coming and then you get a fine that says you've been done for murder and organised prostitution, and then when that gets cleared up and then the fine comes through, you're like, oh, I'm so relieved it's a fine.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the silver lining in that situation, isn't it?
What an absolute roller coaster. 2008, only 19,127 AFL fans showed up for the Sydney Swans v North Melbourne final at ANZ Stadium. It was the smallest crowd for a VFL/AFL final since 1924.
Wow.
That's tough, isn't it?
Just weren't about it. Can you imagine the Swans players? They'd be like, flat, 19,000 people.
Yeah. I mean, that's on your home turf as well.
Yeah.
In Sydney.
Goodness me.
Come on. And they thought, do you know what's going to fix this? Let's get the Giants in. Number one song on September 6, 2010 was Just a Dream by Nelly. This is a good song.
Oh, I haven't heard this for ages.
Yeah, turn this up, please.
Yeah.
Oh, not to a dangerous level.
Spin that wheel, DJ.
Yeah, okay, you ready? Good news, Jodes. We can finally reveal the 2023 What If Uniquely Aussie Awards
You
winners.
know I've been sweating on this all week, my little friend.
Let's just quickly recap on the categories up for grabs. So you had Best Flat White. That went to a place in ACT. You had Best Brewery, went to Queensland. Best Sanger went to a place in New South Wales. Best Botanic Gardens, WA. Best Hot Springs, that went to a place in NT. But the Best Hotel Room Service was won by our very own EOS in Sky City, South Australia.
Oh, my goodness.
Yep. That's what it's all about.
Can I personally attest to this? Because we stayed there not so long ago for my husband's birthday.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, fancy pants.
Well, I saved up long and hard, and we walked in, and they made a beautiful little, cake for him.
Oh.
That was personalised. Happy birthday, Greg. Isn't that nice?
That is really nice.
Good.
How many candles?
7,000. No, there weren't. No, it is the most glorious place to stay.
And no doubt that Greg got involved with the on-call mixologist as well as the hotel's in-room hair and makeup services.
That's exactly what he did. He loves it. He loves a bit of pampering in a hotel room.
Very flash, didn't he? So what about this? We want you to experience all of this in the Lux Life at EOS by Sky City. So thanks to our good mates at What If, we've got a $500 EOS by Sky City voucher up for grabs.
No, we do not.
We do so. Head to the Nova Player app now. Register you for your chance to win just a little staycation in the heart of the city. Live it up. 5 stars. As good as it gets.
Yeah, uniquely Aussie experiences are only a What If away. Book your next trip on the What If app. What If? It's Aussie for travel. And if you can get yourself to EOS by Sky City, mwah,
Really living the life, aren't you?
delicious.
It feels like something's heating up.
Bit of JT. Justin Timberlake, featured artist today for Nova's 100 grand or 100 in the hand.
My shoulders just started to shimmy immediately when I heard that song.
You itchy? What's happening?
No, I had no control over it.
You're twitching.
That. I'm not twitching, that's dancing.
Oh.
I didn't expect you to understand that.
Oh my God, I have no idea how to dance.
I know.
Because whenever I feel like I'm ready to dance, I should probably go home because I've had too many beers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that
correct.
sort of situation.
Yeah.
So if you can't get next to a radio, of course, stream Nova via the Nova Player and catch up with Maddie, who's got some JT songs coming up, as well as a whole bunch of show tickets.
Whole bunch of show tickets all day. We're running out of chances, aren't we, to go to the Royal Adelaide show? It's the last weekend.
Yep.
Get amongst it.
Keep it locked to Nova. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow for some fresh batches of tickets.
Oh, I thought you were saying some fresh hits. I was like,
Oh, we got fresh hits too.
what were those old albums? Can you remember? Like, So Fresh?
Yeah, So Fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolute collection of bangers.
All right. Some
Really
So
good
Fresh
stuff.
hits tomorrow.
All right. Yeah, go get your So Fresh CDs and have a good Wednesday.
This is Jodie and Hayesy on Nova.